I know that I don't have makeup on or anything, but I decided that I don't really care how I look in these videos, and I hope that you don't either, because it's more about the content, I think, than anything, versus like my actual fashion and beauty channel, which still people there don't care, so I'm hoping that you guys are cool with that. Anyway, I just realized that I haven't posted in a really long time, so I wanted to film a video for you today talking about the most requested movie since the last video I did, and that is The Babadook. This is a 2014 Australian horror film, and Australian horror has never ceased to amaze me. Like, I love that genre. Can I call it a specific genre? Australian horror? I don't know. This movie is about a mother and her son, and she lost her husband in a car accident on the way to deliver her son, and she can't get over it. She has, you know, depression, and she just cannot get over the passing of her husband. And then her son is just a handful, and it causes her friends and family to distance themselves from her because he is just so over the top and annoying, and he just has this overwhelming fear of monsters. Out of the blue, they find this book called The Babadook in his room, and he picks that to be read to him, and she's like, oh, where'd you get this? Oh, I don't know. And she reads him the book, and I loved that scene with the mom reading the book to him. It was so cool. I love the pop-outs, and I want that book, really. Let me know if this is a real thing, or if this is like a real legend or anything like that, or if it's completely made up for the movie. So then weird occurrences start happening in the house. It's kind of like a ghost thing, almost like a possession type of story. And one of the criticisms I have for this movie is that the book literally came out of nowhere, and I don't think, now it's been a while since I watched this movie, but I don't think that they ever explained where the book came from, or why it was there, or why her family was picked from, or picked to be possessed by the Babadook. I don't know why the Babadook like latched onto her and her son and stuff, and why it was in her house. They didn't really explain all of that, so that was kind of like open-ended and like loosely, like you could interpret it however you want, but I mean, it literally came out of nowhere, and I don't know why. That's the only thing I really didn't like about this movie. Otherwise, the scares were actually really scary. There were a couple cheesy moments, I'd say, but generally it was awesome. It was almost reminiscent of Mama to me, because for a while the Babadook was some mystery creature and you had no idea what it was or who or what, and then the motions it would make would be very scary. And then of course you start to see it a little bit more, and it takes form, and it becomes a little less scary in my opinion. So then the story continues. She tries to get rid of it. She gets rid of the book. She I think she burns it, and it just doesn't help. And it is very much like a possession type of story, because she begins to start acting very strange and things like that. So that was really cool. Sorry, I'm playing with my hair. I just like threw it up for this video. I would have to give this movie a solid 4 out of 5. And the only reason why it's not a 5 or whatever, I don't know what kind of rating you guys want me to do ever, if any, but the reason why it's not a 5 is because it was lacking story, in the sense that it didn't come full circle. It didn't explain anything about the book, where it came from, things like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, I just don't remember. So please feel free to leave requests down below. Since I don't feel so much pressure to like put on makeup every time I need to film a video, I can literally do these all the time, so I'm really hoping to do that. So make sure to leave me lots and lots of movie requests. I do have a lot to review, so if this isn't an issue, prepare for some more videos soon. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. We'll be discussing Ouija, Annabelle, and American Horror Story all in one. First up, we're going to talk about Annabelle, which is the farthest one that I have seen.